Y en el estado de California han pasado de la sequía extrema a la alerta por inundaciones y desprendimientos que están provocando las lluvias muy intensas de los últimos días.
Una importante erupción con emisiones de cenizas a varios cientos de metros de altura y con violentas explosiones que han llevado a las autoridades a ordenar la evacuación de unas 3.000 personas en los alrededores del volcán.
This aerosol spraying that has showed up to be a geoengineering type experiment or possible military activity. It's not natural, the clouds are being manufactured. There's fallout from it, it's washing down in the form of rain into the water and the soil, resulting in us drinking whatever the chemicals are in this aerosol spray. So whether it's a solar radiation management or geoengineering effort, there are absolute side effects and consequences that may actually be catastrophic.
Geoengineers now are moving very quickly to get legislation passed to spray the primary ingredients into our sky, knowing the damage that we have had not only to human health, we've seen aluminum-related illnesses go through the roof, but what free-form aluminum oxide does to our environment is devastating. And it literally destroys crops, it destroys forests, it destroys our Earth. We have an Earth that is being molested. Our ozone layer is being shredded from top to bottom.
Contrails change the amount of sunlight and energy that pierces the atmosphere. I mean, it's in several articles that I can show you. The very term persistent contrail is used so as to indicate it's different from a contrail. So my question is, what's the additive? What got added to cause it to be persistent? I'm just wanting the government to be truthful so that the citizens can make honest decisions about their future.
Geoengineers are proposing spraying 10 to 20 million tons of toxic aluminum and other substances into our sky for the stated goal of cooling our planet.
January 1999, I said that these mysterious contrails were sickening Americans. The illness patterns coincided precisely with so-called heavy spray days, particularly on weekends. People would see this gritting, unusual activity, aerial activity in the sky. They would start to cough, they would get asthma attacks, severe enough to send them to emergency rooms. Doctors were telling the New York Times, we've never seen anything like this. People were dying in great numbers in the early days of this project, and the CDC, Centers for Disease Control, went on record and said, we really don't know what this is. It's not the flu. They called it an epidemic of mortalities. That was their phraseology for this.
When is this?
This is 98, 99, and 2000, the winter months. This was reported in the United States, Canada. In Peterborough, Ontario, the hospital there had 307 acute asthma admissions in a single day. In Birmingham, England, 8,000 people died in 3 weeks, mostly elderly. It was in all the papers, BBC. They were using meatpacking trucks as portable morgues.
We want people to look into this. We want people to question. We want people to look into what geoengineers are denying they're doing, but state they urgently want to do.
Look up. What do you see? Does that look normal to you? The problem is when you do the research, there's a clause that's called informed consent. And informed consent, my understanding, I'm not an attorney, but my understanding of informed consent is when you don't protest, you're basically allowing the government or allowing the military to experiment on you and your children. So when they say, well, possibly we can modify hurricanes or we could modify the storm, they don't really need to say what the other things are or how they do it or what the human health implications are or the environmental health implications are. But by not refusing, you are basically giving your informed consent that you're okay with being a guinea pig for these experiments.